the television dude here, and this is a response tag to a tag started by Jiggywiggy, the top 10 cartridges that you own. And I had a hard time with this because I had more than 10 cartridges I wanted to add. I brought out originally like 16, and then I had to narrow it down, and that was tough as it was. And then to put them in order, that was even worse. So this list is not definitive in any way, shape, or form, and definitely not going to be in the perfect order, because I'd probably change my mind on that 100 times too. But let's get started here. The only NES game in my list, The Legend of Zelda. And I didn't add it because it was the most fun game I ever played. Because, you know, I've had a lot of fun playing Super Mario Brothers, you know, Baseball Stars, all kinds of different great NES games. But I added this game because of how epic it was. I mean, the feeling, the satisfaction I had when I actually beat this game by myself was just unbelievable. And this game was huge to me, really mega. I haven't really played the game since, but it was just unreal when I beat this game back in the day. Number 9. NHL 94 for the Sega Genesis. One of the best hockey games ever made, and still one of the best hockey games of all time. Still, I bet people still use this as a comparison. And I played this about a million times back in the day. Number 8. The sequel to Burger Time, Diner. Some people like Burger Time better, and I'd say I like Burger Time better as well, but this game was epic as well. You know, I just remember the feeling I had when I first played this game was just awe-dropping to me. For back in the day anyway. To actually have a sequel to Burger Time for one thing. And then the game was pretty good at that. It's one of my favorites. Number 7. No Mercy for the Nintendo 64. I wanted to pick more than one Nintendo 64 wrestling game, but that would clutter the list a little bit, so I picked my favorite of the bunch, No Mercy. Revenge probably would have been my second favorite, but No Mercy is a classic that people still compare. Like every time a new wrestling game comes out, people always compare it to No Mercy. To this day, that's how great this game was. Number 6, Sonic 2. The game that came bundled with my Sega Genesis Model 2 back in the day. And when this game came out, you know, it was the new era of gaming, and jaw-dropping graphics at the time. And I was just so impressed with the graphics on this game, the look and feel, the gameplay. I mean, this really took me to another world. Seriously. I mean, this was just unreal back in the day. Memory that, you know, I can never probably repeat ever again. What number are we on? 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. I can't count. Let's see. Number 5. Slam Dunk Super Pro Basketball. I don't know how many hours I've logged into this game back in the day. I've told stories of this game before. Me and my friend used to play this all the time. We played this game inside and out. One of the best basketball games I've ever played, still to this day. And still a classic. It's also the first video I ever did. And if you want to see it, it's easy to find because it'll be on the last page, or probably the first page, because I think I put it at number 1, didn't I? When I put them in order. Let's see, number 4, Mario Party 2. Yeah, I love the Mario Party series, and I wanted to put all 3 of them in here, but I only picked one, and I picked the best one of the lot, Mario Party 2. I love Western Land. I probably played that land more than any other board in the whole entire game. Second place would probably be Horror Land. But this is a classic. I love all the Mario parties though. Number 3, I had a tough decision not putting this at number 1. But it's Paper Mario for the Nintendo 64. I wanted to put this at number 1, but 2 other games I put ahead of it, and you'll see in a minute here. But Paper Mario is epic. One of the best games I ever played in my whole entire life. And I just bought it last year. Only second to Paper Mario The Thousand Year Door, which I think is the most epic game ever. Just bought the game and it's now one of my favorites of all time. That's huge. Number 2, Centipede for the Atari 2600. You know, I just bought this game this year because I'd never played the Atari version before, but I was hooked. I've always been a fan of Centipede in general, so it's not a shock that this is number 2 on my list. You know, when Mother would take us to go to Chuck E. Cheese, you know, it was probably the only arcade we really had in that area was Chuck E. Cheese, and I think I went to Centipede first almost every time I went there. That was my favorite arcade game. I sucked at it, but I loved it to death. I think I played Centipede more than any other arcade game in history. And number 1, I don't think this is a big surprise to anybody. I bet you can guess already. It's Burger Time for the Intellivision. Could have debated on the ColecoVision version or that new homebrew beef drop version, but you got to go with the classic for the Intellivision, the one that I grew up with. The first video game I ever owned for a video game system because it came bundled with my Intellivision 2. All the way back in around 82, 83, I think it was 83. Somewhere right around in there. Because I think that's the picture that's on my my profile. It was one of those Christmas pictures from back in the day. Holding up some Intellivision games. Now Burger Time is epic, don't need to explain it. I've done a dozen videos on it, and that's my list. I almost added a couple Game Boy Advance games to the list, because I'm currently playing Castlevania Circle of the Moon, which I think is epic right now. Epic. And I just got done playing Castlevania Area of Sorrow, and that game is epic. I was close to adding Game Boy Advance games to the list, but I didn't. But maybe next time, since this is not a definitive list anyway. Anyway, that's the end of this video. And this is an open tag, so thanks for watching.